magic for me. They keep trying to reach me, yeah. It's the magic for me. I make them weak till they run insane. So get me lit on a weekday. I'm on the way, on my ways on the display. And I'ma shut them all down on the D-Days. It's my time, so put me on the replay.
Hello everyone, welcome back to your favorite self-improvement podcast, Let's Talk to Tings. Now you'll notice we have a very different backdrop to start off the season. I know, exciting. We are outside this season, okay? And our version of outside is traveling regular, very regular, as Uncle Oliver would say. Note to self, next time just bring one bag to check in because it's 2-bag business. It's not working for me. As you can see, I'm literally struggling and trying to hold it together.
How far in me going as I get on the bus? You want to hear what the conductor boy said to me?
I wasn't there.
This flight is not going to Alaska today. We're stopping at halfway tree. After all of that, I come here promptly on time. Logo with me suitcase them from out at the bus stop, come right up there, so.
I had to insert that clip because I truly felt like Uncle Oliver in this sweatshirt because it was 185 degrees. Finally made it on board. This is just a map showing me where we're going. Every time I fly, I have to watch a new Bollywood movie. Anyway, we arrived in Paris. It was a pretty long layover actually, so I wasn't too nervous about rushing. This is the airport. People act like Charles de Gaulle is scary, but I don't know. I think if you have a short layover, it can be scary, but if you give yourself an hour and a half, you should be good. Finally reached the gate area where I'll be boarding my flight for Nice, and you can see it there on the board. But first, we must get the essentials. And what are the essentials, you ask? Let's talk the things. Vogue and a little bit of Perrier. So I'm in the airport looking for food. Didn't know what to get or what to settle on. I didn't video it here, but I ended up just getting a croissant because I needed something and I didn't want to pass out. I couldn't bother. And before you know it, we are getting ready to land. Look how beautiful and picturesque it looks even from the sky. So finally, after a couple hours, getting ready to land in one of my favorite places in the world, the French Riviera. I was very nervous about my bags because I saw too many things that said they lose your bag, so I was nervous, but I got it. And now on our way to meet the Uber. It's very easy to find. Like most airports, it guides you into the right direction. And now we are off to the hotel. And yeah, thank God we made it safely. So grab your tea, coffee, maybe even a croissant or a glass of wine, and let's talk the things. French Riviera edition. So I am in the car now on the way to Cannes. Yeah, I should have been there about maybe 6 hours ago, but it's fine. We won't talk about that. We're going through a tunnel now, so probably why you can't really see me. But yeah, it's okay. We're late, but we are reaching.
Me late, but me reach. That's the difference with me and y'all. Me late, but me never give up and me reach.
And I really hope you can hear me because I'm new to this microphone situation. But yeah, we're on our way. So exciting. Let's talk the things. It's going international, and I love this for us. So yeah, see you in Cannes. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I'm a few hours late to the party, but this is day one, and that is, I don't even know what kind of car. I'm not going to pretend because I'm not into cars, but that's a very nice F1 race car. And now I am headed to collect my badge and get this day started. I was a little bit sad because I wanted to start a little bit earlier, but then I remembered I'm here. Like, what the heck do I have to be sad about? It's okay. I was tired. I had a rough first night and I'm here. That's what matters. So I made it in, collected my badge, very seamless process, and then I headed out to see all the experiences. I started on the side with the yachts. I loved starting here because it was extremely, when I say extremely hot, as you might know from recent reporting. The heat wave was literally, it wasn't a wave. It was more like a tsunami, but it was very hot. So I thought starting by the water, sometimes you get that breeze off of the water, which was a very good idea. As you can see, that person next to me waving their fan. What you don't hear, because I have the sound off, is I had my electric fan blasting, thank God. I believe this is a famous red carpet for Cannes Film Festival, and this was the guy on the ladder. He's very popular on social media. I can't remember his name. He's done a good job so far. So yeah, I'm definitely impressed. But Latte tat, it. Oh my God. Yeah. So tomorrow my hair will be back in the usual ponytail. So this is the next day, and I was so happy they were giving out this water. So needed.
I love it.
Now I have to try to find something to eat because I'm starving, like literally starving. But I wanted to make sure I got here early / kind of on time because yeah, it's Oprah Day. So I feel like in order to get a good seat, I have to be there extra early. But yeah, look at me being on time. That nicey? These ladies told me about this coffee shop. So I went in to get, yet again, another croissant and an iced latte. Now, I'm not normally a latte girl, but I became one on this trip because I felt like that's all you could get sometimes in these morning hours. So I ordered a latte. They didn't have almond milk, which is what I usually get. So I tried oat milk, and it wasn't that bad. So this is my latte. It was actually very good. It was melting immediately, but it was good. And I finally made it in to see Oprah.
here at Cannes Lions. And right now I'm going to introduce our next speaker, who I think you might all be a little bit familiar with. Each year we present the Cannes LionHeart to someone who has used their platform to do something bigger than build a career. Someone who has turned influence into impact and creativity into change. This year's LionHeart is awarded to someone who has spent decades shaping conversations, challenging perspectives, and giving voice to stories that need to be told. Joining her on stage is someone who has also spent decades contributing to the creative industry as he is celebrating his 20th festival at Lions. Ladies and gentlemen, to kick off the 2026 Cannes LionHeart seminar, please welcome to the stage the chairman of Cannes Lions, Phil Thomas.
Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to the LionHeart seminar. As Tash said, it's one of our highest honours. I found the very first email that I ever wrote to her wonderful colleague Nicole, who still works with her, and that was 2012, 15 years ago. There's a bit of a lesson about perseverance, but there's also a lesson about getting on.
Today is your lucky day.
Please welcome Oprah Winfrey. Well, it's wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much. And as you can see, people are really looking forward to hearing from you. So,
Oh, hey people.
So over the last few months, I've mentioned to people that I'm going to be speaking to you on stage. And are you nervous? Well, of course I'm nervous. Are you nervous? Okay, that's surprising.
Sometimes you have good days and bad days, you have successes and not successes. But the most important thing is to never lose sight of the real reason you have come to the planet Earth. The spectacular miracle that is actually your life. And you now get to use it in the role of a creator. But that's just part of why you're here. The real reason you're here is to use yourself in service to something that's greater than yourself. And so I had figured that out, even though, Philip, I couldn't articulate it. And so when I read it in 1989, it just reinforced for me that I was on the right path. And how do I now apply this to my television show? How do I not be used by television? Because up until that time, 1989, I was just happy to have the job, like many of you. You're happy to be a creator, you're happy to be making the money that you're making. But I realized that there was something more. And how do I now not just let television not use me, and I go on TV and I do a show every day. How do I transform that into a force for good?
That was so good. Now I should take this track because I have to be walking up and down. So yeah, that was so good. And now on to the next one. So this was the Amazon experience, and it was so cool. There were so many different things to do. Not in this video, but they had an Amazon Live where you could do that 360 photo. They were giving out perfume. They had, oh gosh, like all kinds of things that I didn't get a chance to do, but I thought it was very well put together. This was their little cafe. They were giving out free lattes, free sparkling water, still water, basically anything you wanted. They had it. So this was a really cool experience. They had this secret door and you put your name on a list, and if they text you, you got to enter.
As you can see outside, and you'll see in here at Amazon Ads, we're really putting creativity at the forefront of a lot of our custom storytelling. Really taking those big brand ambitions and transforming them into innovations across Amazon. So please enjoy, and then we'll get started. Our custom vinyl that we created with Nespresso to launch their new collaboration with The Weeknd titled Summer Origins. So as you can see through the light, what's really great about this is we were actually able to physically press real Nespresso coffee grounds inside of each of the vinyls.
You just named probably like 5 or 6 different brands, different things that's going on that we're actually working on all at the same time. So it may sound like, no, what are you doing? But when you really think about it, we're building this world ecosystem, right? And we're trying to tap into every aspect of your life, right? So wellness is a major part in what everybody does. And there's different aspects of wellness. There's men's grooming, right? And men's grooming is a big play that we're gonna go to, because I don't think we as men, especially black men, know how to take care of ourselves, know how to groom, know what products to use. You know, that's not what it's supposed to be. It don't make you soft because you know how to groom, right? So that's one thing. And then we like to celebrate. We celebratory. So wine is celebratory. So we can celebrate moments for one another, for people, for brands, for experiences. Cigars is celebratory. So anything you celebrate is victory cigars, right? So we had our cigar in the Knicks parade, obviously, but that was something that we wanted to celebrate for New York, for the Knicks. It's a cigar. It's something light. And then you talk about the media company. Now the media company gets to tell the stories of all of those brands. And it's different lanes, but it's one message across the board. You always gonna get the same style, you always gonna get the same look, the same feel, the same authenticity in everything that we do. So
how have the women, Asani and beyond, kind of on your team that made the work you do stronger, or are you stronger as a person?
Now when you have that kind of family and brother-sister work relationship, you're able to build, you're able to navigate, you're able to be protected.
So many people meeting each other, the confluence of culture and business and just everyone, trying to hustle and make it. It's just such an exciting time and making connections. You don't think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a hustler. I ain't got no problem with that. Listen, we're all trying to make our connections, and we're living in such a wonderful time right now, I feel, where there's kind of a democratization of opportunity. There was, when I started, 25 years ago or something, I felt like, everybody had a lane, and once you picked your lane, you kind of lived in it. But now I think that, you can kind of traverse into anything that's interesting to you, or if you have an idea, you can actually monetize it and make it into a career and make it into your identity. So I think it's just so inspiring, and that was a big reason I wanted to come, is to kind of learn and hear from people and understand where culture is going next. And I feel like that's really what's happening here. And it's been wonderful. I've met some amazing people, talked about some incredible opportunities, and it's been fun. In September, which is very exciting, it's a film I'm producing as well. It's with Orlando Bloom. It's a thriller. It'll be fun. Very fun. Then I have an Indian movie coming out, which is called Varanasi, in April of next year. I've done an Indian film after almost 8-9 years now, so I'm very excited about that. Very excited about that. That'll be fun. And then just a bunch of really cool new brand relationships that have started this year, which have been really wonderful too. So it's a good time.
So when I was on this, it was the stage. We were outside. There were bands playing. My friends were there. My sister was there. Jenna's dad gave me a beautiful painting of me and my kids. I was crying the whole time. And I was crying for a reason, Shelley. Like when I stood up there, I had a strange feeling that this was the top of the wave. And I had this weird kind of warm hand on my heart feeling that said, it's time to try something new. But here's what cemented it for me. So I get home and I have 2 children. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. So my 7-year-old was climbing a tree in the front yard, up and down the tree, how kids do, climbing up and down and up and down. And I was watching her, and yay, Hope, you're so amazing, down, up, oh my God, look at you, down. So she gets to the top again, and I go, honey, what are you gonna do now? You're at the top. And she goes, well, Mom, I guess it's time to find a different tree. I go, what? She was a different tree. So it was about starting something new, coming from that.
And I wanted to be the person to tell my story. I've been asked to do a book for many, many years, and I was like, I'm never doing a book because I'm not telling the tea.
I was part of my family's business. And, but then it came a time where I was like, you know, I really want to leave that history so that there is no doubt about it. And also, I started honestly writing the book. I got a divorce, and I've had a couple of them, but the first one. and so after the divorce, I was traveling, and all of a sudden I was 59 years old, guys, and I thought, I'm so old, I'm gonna die soon. I don't know why. My mortality was coming into my head, and I said, you know, if I died today, my grandchildren wouldn't know anything. My kids don't know nothing. They don't really. When I was younger, I loved listening to stories about my family. I was just ask anybody that I could, and they don't have any. It's not that they don't have any interest. They're just kind of busy. So I started just recording into my phone for my grandchildren. I was going to write the book and just bound it in a little cheap binding and give it to them so they can have the history. So when they came to me about the book at 69, I was like, it's time. I'm going to tell my story. And it was very helpful. Ancestry was very helpful because I had gone down that road of trying to find out things, because all of my knowledge was just from talking to relatives. I would ask my mama, I would ask my aunts, and what was my grandmother like? Because I never met my grandmother. I wanted them to know my mama. I wanted them to know that when I lost my mama at 26, and I had Beyonce at 27, and I went through that by myself. And I wanted her to know how hard it was doing that without my mama, just things like that. So that's when I started writing in there. But it turned out to be, a great. Once I got into it, I started telling more tea, and of course I had to go back and ask them, send everybody stuff to them and say, are you comfortable with this? And surprisingly, as private as my family is, my kids came back and said, Mama, this is your story. Write your story. Tell your story. And it was okay. During this incredible journey, with all odds against me, I still got to do a bunch of really great stuff. And I think the other thing that's the most important thing to me, and it sounds like a cliche and it sounds corny, but that I made a difference in other people's lives. That's what I want people to say about me.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Hands in the soap, how the faucet's running and I keep looking at you. Stuck on your phone, like stuck in your zone. You don't ever, but I don't wanna give up.
So while we were waiting for our Ubers, they were playing soca. Can you believe it? All the way in Cannes. Can you guess what song I was dancing to?
I built you a masterpiece. This world not enough for me. Kiss me in the trees, from me. Oh, good company. Energy feel no punch. This luxury. I can think of somebody. Oh, the mommy's gonna eat up. T-shirt off my dog. I would have been fucked. Sleep for my neck. That is like girl for my neck. Sleep in the dance. Oh no.
So I had to try their famous cookie dessert. I had the one in Monaco a few years ago, so I had to try it here. This is me patiently waiting in the sweltering heat for my cookie and ice cream. Wow, I know it's a lot. I didn't want the caramel, but I've walked about 18,000 miles, so.
Dinner was amazing. Unfortunately, I could not stay for the huge bashment at 11 because there's a big party going on and I have to change. So, but yeah, it was worth it.
Was so amazing. I can hardly believe that I actually stayed, but it was so good. The music was amazing. And if you've been here long enough, you know I love music, so that was the perfect way to end Cannes Lion.
Thank you so much for watching and coming to talk the things with me in a different way. For those of you who love our regular interview style, don't worry, we're still doing that. This is just something a little bit different that I think will incorporate every once in a while. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe.